All right, modern ammo coming at you with a 45 alternative for the FBI. My suggestion is going to something like this Millennium Pro PT-145. This one has got 12+1 with a slightly modified mag. It's got a different follower and a different spring. And of course with the light laser, and you've already seen me shoot this. I don't have a suppressor for my PT Pro because I haven't got a barrel for it, but I'm going to borrow the Glock 30S, 1/4 inch shorter barrel, and of course the silencer is going to make a difference on this as well. Stand by. So what we're using here is the G9 external hollow point technology, which are these two on the right. One's in standard 45, the other's 45 gap, which is a Spear Glock hybrid, still a 45 caliber. Powder charge is the same. And then the first response version, which again is good for level 3A body armor, in 45 and 45 gap. And that's what's coming out of the Glock. So, if you'll bear with me and stand by, coming at you into the 20-inch ballistics blocks. All right, one coming at you starting at the bottom. And it helps if you rack the slide. All right, one coming. Okay, a lot of power with that. So I'm going to have to readjust my rope and everything. Stand by. So as you can see, that penetrated 20 inches with a 1-inch bounce back. So here comes the second round, which will be the gap version of that same bullet, and we'll see what kind of penetration we get on it. All right. And that one, you can see it had almost identical penetration with, let's see here, you might not be able to see it from that angle, but we've got approximately a 3/4 inch into that second block. So you're looking at 20 3/4 inches. So stand by, I lost my weight on my holder. Make sure I got the camera properly. And I better just set this further down so you can see the block a little bit better on that one side. Just bear with me here. Okay, so if you look right approximately there, you can see that 3/4 inch penetration into the second block. So that's 20 3/4 inches with the gap version. Exact same grain weight of the bullet, but the powder charge inside the gap had to be a little bit higher pressure in order to cycle through the Glock size pistol with that Spear 45 gap round. Okay, here comes, and those were the two, as I mentioned earlier, the non-law enforcement. These are available to you already from G9 Defense in 45 ACP. And the 45 gap, my buddy Bjorn, he loaded those for me with his dies and presses in his man cave. So now we're going to go with the first response in first the 45 and then in the 45 gap. All right, let me see. 4 minutes, 50 seconds, okay? All right. All right, Lasers on, going hot. Right. So, what do we get for that one? Bear with me. Can you believe that bullet? It is right up. It ran into that other bullet. And I just, all right, I got to see if I have another 45 to redo that, since that's technically not a valid penetration test. Stand by one. Okay, what I'll do is instead, I'll go ahead and send the gap round, since it's already cycled and loaded, into the gel. Let me just double check something here, because I got a bad bow that you really can't see on camera, but it's concave quite a bit from the melting process. And I think I can aim a little further to the left, closer to the camera. So here comes the gap version of the first response in G9, which you can see on their website. All right. And then I'll go ahead and resend the 45 first response, which is the regular 45. All right. Stand by. All right, so you can see the gap version, which is the one up here. And that thing, the bounce back, it went all the way up to 20 inches and then bounced back to about 18. Oh, I got my ruler upside down. Bear with me a second here. There we go. So it bounced back to about 18.5 inches. So the next round I'm going to send is the 45 standard caliber pressure, or let's see, that's a 45 plus P of ACP. So that one's about to go next. All right. All right, and there is your standard 45 plus P. So exactly what's in this box, except it's the first response. This is actually external hollow point. And you can see that one had penetration of 19 inches with a little bit of bounce back to 18.5. So those are your first response and standard external hollow point versions. These are available to everyone. These are law enforcement only purchase, but they're able to be used by everyone. You just have to get them from a law enforcement. So anyway, this would be the alternative for the FBI. And again, having 12 plus 1 in a Millennium Taurus PT-145 with standard grip, so that's 13 total, or you could go 15 total just with a slate grip extension. And here is that grip extension. So I'll take this one out, and you can see the difference, just ever so slightly different in terms of how much is extending out of the gun. So there you see right there, 15 total rounds of 45. I think that would be more than enough for the FBI and the rest of us in law enforcement. But I'm not in charge at the administrative level, so hopefully we'll get the word out. Thank y'all.